Mario Kart isn't just a game, it's the game. Across 3 decades, it's sold nearly 190 million copies. It's ended friendships, started rivalries, and helped Nintendo sell more consoles than any other franchise in their library. Now, Mario Kart World is leading the charge as the main launch title for the Switch 2. That's a big deal because historically, Mario Kart has never launched a Nintendo console. It's usually released months, sometimes years, after the system is already out. So for the first time, Nintendo is giving their most consistent system seller the launch spotlight. And of course, some people are already downplaying it. Some people are already calling it too safe, too expensive, or not innovative enough. But the second you look at the numbers, the history, the sales, and the strategy behind this move, all those complaints fall apart. Hey, I'm Tonic, and this is Legend of Potato, the channel where we talk Nintendo moves that actually matter. Today, we're breaking down why Mario Kart World isn't just a launch title for the Switch 2. It's the perfect launch title, like scientifically proven by 30 years of Nintendo history perfect. Let's get into it. Let's talk about why Mario Kart is the perfect game to lead a console launch, even though it never actually has until now. It's not just a fun racing game, it's the kind of title people buy with the system, sometimes even because of it. And this isn't just me talking it up, the numbers back it up every single generation. Starting way back on the Super Nintendo, Super Mario Kart didn't even launch with the system. It came out a year later in the US, and Europe had to wait even longer. And despite that, it still sold 9 million copies. The SNES sold about 49 million units, so that's an 18% attach rate. Pretty strong for something brand new at the time. Now, jump to the N64. Mario Kart 64 moved 10 million copies, and the N64 sold about 33 million units. That's a 30% attach rate. One out of every three N64 owners had it. Look at Double Dash on GameCube. Same story. The console didn't even break 22 million, but Mario Kart still sold 7 million copies. That's a 32% attach rate. And then there's the Wii, which just went nuts. Mario Kart Wii sold over 37 million copies on a console that sold 102 million. That's a 36% attach rate. 1 in 3 Wii owners picked it up. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, it's in another league. 68 million copies sold on a system with 150 million units. That's a 45% attach rate. Nearly half of all Switch owners bought this one game. And Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, it sold 8 million copies. The Wii U only sold 14 million units total. That's a 62% attach rate. People bought the Wii U just to play Mario Kart. Period. Every console, every generation, when Mario Kart shows up, suddenly everyone needs that system. Now, I know a lot of folks were hoping the Switch 2 would launch with a brand new 3D Mario. And hey, that would have been exciting. But if we're talking about what sells consoles, it ain't even close. Mario Kart wins that race every time. Take Super Mario Odyssey. Amazing game. One of the best on Switch. It sold around 29 million copies on a system that sold 151 million. That's a 19% attach rate. Super Mario Galaxy sold 13 million copies on the Wii, which sold 102 million units. That's a 13% attach rate. Even Super Mario Sunshine on GameCube only pulled 6 million on a console that sold 22 million. That's a 27% attach rate. So yeah, people love 3D Mario, but they don't buy a console for 3D Mario. Not like they do for Kart. Kart regularly hits 30%, 40%, even over 60% of a console's entire user base. When you're trying to sell a brand new console, That's the game you lead with. So now that we know why Mario Kart is the obvious choice for a launch title, let's talk about what makes Mario Kart World actually worthy of the spotlight. This isn't just a repackaged 8 Deluxe with a new name. Nintendo is swinging big here. For starters, the game supports 24-player online races. That's double what we've had before. And when you think about what that means, more chaos, more competition, more streaming moments, it feels like exactly the kind of upgrade the Switch 2 should be launching with. There's also this new open world hub setup. Instead of just picking tracks from a menu, you actually drive to them. Think of it like a Mario Kart version of Test Drive Unlimited, except you're drifting past Toads and Shy Guys on your way to the next circuit. And yeah, I know some people are nervous about the open world structure, but let's be real, Nintendo's not going to make it a chore. If you want to jump straight into a race, you'll be able to. But if you want to mess around, explore, maybe stumble onto a secret course or minigame, that option's there too. Then you've got the new Knockout Tour mode, a survival-style race mode where players are eliminated each lap until one's left standing. That's a fresh take that feels built for online play. It's smart. And let's not forget the most important thing. Mario Kart World is a proper Switch 2 exclusive. No last-gen version, no enhanced port. If you want it, you've got to upgrade. Nintendo's never done this with Mario Kart before, and that alone makes it a launch title worth paying attention to. Alright, now that we've talked about the history and what's new in Mario Kart World, it's time to address the elephant in the room, the complaints. Because yeah, there are some loud voices out there saying this launch isn't all it's cracked up to be. Let's go through them. It's just more Mario Kart. Okay, and so is football, so is Smash Brothers, so is Pokemon. If the formula works, you refine it. You don't throw it out. And Mario Kart has never once stood still. Every version brings something new. Mario Kart 64 brought full 3D. Double Dash gave us dual riders. Mario Kart 7 added gliders and underwater sections. Mario Kart 8 gave us anti-gravity and DLC support that kept the game going for years. Now we're getting open world exploration, 24-player online, knockout tour mode. It's not the same game. It's the next evolution of it. It's too expensive at $80. Look, I'm not saying $80 is nothing, but if you remember the 90s, SNES games like Donkey Kong Country or Street Fighter II went for $70 to $80 back then, and that's before inflation. And that wasn't for games with regular updates, multiplayer, online servers, and free content drops. That was for a cartridge and some box art. Today, that $80 gives you years of value, especially with Mario Kart, which has one of the longest tails in gaming history. It should have launched with a new 3D Mario. We already went over this, but let's say it again. Mario Kart has a stronger track record when it comes to selling systems. You want to launch strong? You lead with the franchise that pulls half your user base. Period. So yeah, people are going to complain. That's what the internet does. But when you look at the numbers, the upgrades, and the timing, this isn't just another Mario Kart. This is Nintendo launching their most proven franchise with more momentum than it's ever had. In closing, Mario Kart World isn't just a smart launch title. It's the smartest launch title. The numbers prove it, the gameplay backs it up, and the timing couldn't be better. For the first time ever, Nintendo is leading with their biggest system seller on day one, and that tells you everything you need to know about how serious they are about the Switch 2. So smash that like button, subscribe for more Nintendo commentary, and remember, Nintendo's never led with Mario Kart before, but now that they are, the numbers say it's exactly the right call.